Ah, elementary school. Back then, when going to school, there was some form of entertainment. I remember in my last year of elementary, I felt ready to move on from this point and grow up in a more mature environment. Actually, the environment became less mature than I thought, so I'm kind of punching my past self for even thinking that in the first place. I really shouldn't have rushed my elementary life, because so many of my memories have been drawn from that place. I mean, there are also a lot of memories that I wish everyone would forget forever, but that's besides the point. I just never realized how much elementary school really meant to me, and honestly, I thought that it would be something that I'm glad to move on from, but it was actually the opposite. I feel like I was able to create a good staple of my life from this school, and I guess you never realize how great something is until it's gone. So I'm gonna reminisce about myself and the memories that I've created. I feel like every child's biggest concern is the playground. In my school, different grade levels go to different areas during recess. There's two playgrounds, a gravel field, and a track field. Older grades go to the gravel and track field, but I definitely had greater memories in the playgrounds. Kids nowadays usually want to go to the swings, but my jam was the zip line. It's kind of like a swing, but instead you go zooming. That was my favorite part of the playground. Speaking of zip lines, there's actually another one right beyond the boundaries of the track field. My class went there once, and it was fun. Until this one moment. When it was my turn to go, one of my peers was pushing me, and he pushed me with so much force that once I hit the end, I flung backwards and fell. It didn't hurt that much, and he didn't do that on purpose, it was just very intense. This area is prohibited during recess, but that didn't stop my classmates from accessing inaccessible areas. On the opposite side of the track field, there's a bunch of bushes and branches that have been broken down. It leads to a hidden area, like a tent made of bushes. I'm not sure how my classmates did that, or maybe found it, but you were literally impossible to be seen in the main area. Not much happened there, but it was pretty cool. Here's another memory, and one that's more specific. During 6th grade, the class was hosting a minor field trip to a pumpkin farm, where we looked at huge pumpkins and had hot chocolate. Seems pretty normal, right? Well, this is what happened. It was raining horribly that day, but we still had to go. No one, and I mean no one, was prepared for this weather. We had to travel by foot, so it just made things even worse. On the trip there and back, everyone was soaking wet. Wet literally everywhere, and in the shoes. That's the worst. I hate getting water in my shoes, and then it seeps and wets your socks. Ew. That's basically what happened to everyone. I'm not going to a pumpkin farm anytime soon. But let's think a little bit more lighthearted. I learned a few instruments during elementary school. I feel like recorders are usually seen as the most annoying instruments you'll ever listen to. No shame to the people who can actually play the recorder. I'm sure you can play better than any other 4th grader. But back then, I felt like I was that star who was able to play the recorder better than anyone else. I think I was just more passionate about playing the recorder more. One of our songs to play was the Star Wars theme, and the last part was the section that no one could do, nor did the class even practice on. When everyone was playing the song and we got to that point, I was the only person playing it, and everyone, including the teacher, was astonished. I played that last part perfectly because I practiced it before. I did that just to be a literal show-off, and it worked. I felt incredibly superior during that moment, but now I just feel really stupid. But I was just a kid, so I don't blame myself. I think that moment when I wanted to learn more about playing the recorder, it really made me more of a musical person. Huh. Well, I may be a fan of music, but I wasn't really a fan of musicals in school. You know how schools tend to add some sort of play into their schedule? My school's done that before. From what I remember, it was a Christmas play where Santa goes on vacation. I believe the play was called Surfin' Santa. Santa gets asked a few questions, and if he gets them right, he gets the trip. Now, this is by far one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed. You see, the difficult thing is this part of the story requires good timing. Let me explain. Think of a video that has a person speaking and there's music in the background. Now, listen to the video without the vocals. You have to try and talk at the exact same speed as the person in the video, and your only way to know that you're on time is the music. When Santa gets the question right, there's a bell that dings during the performance. They can't just play the sound effect when they want. They have to talk at the same speed as the original audio, so that way, the sound effects play at the correct time. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because they messed this up. During the performance, the person asking the question to Santa said the wrong thing, and the bell sound effect played in the middle of him talking, and everyone was confused. I honestly don't remember anything except for that. It was hilarious, and it will go down as one of the most legendary moments in that play. To the kid who messed that line up, I hope you're doing well. There's a lot more to mention about elementary school. Horrible hot lunch, serving hot lunch and making it a competition, becoming the last person on my team in PE class standing, and meeting my friends, one of which became my ex-friend. Oh, that friend. That one friend that became horribly annoying, and I wish to never see them again. If I never met that person, elementary would have been a bit better.